watched the
not just an
concert by
inspiration,
myself, bro.
but you've been offering really education to a whole new generation through Teen Vogue. And you were doing it when it
Yes.
was, now it's trendy, now it's popular, but you were doing it when it wasn't trendy, when it was kind of shocking to see Teen Vogue taking on these issues. Why did you make that choice? Because you're saying other people now are going to have to make similar choices to be a little bit more brave and bold, but you were doing it when it wasn't cool. Why? And talk about that.
By speaking just about fashion, we were ignoring the range of interests that were central to them, the issues that matter to them in the world, and so we made sure that we were creating more of an intersectional feminist focus, and that included fashion and pop culture, but that also spoke to, you know, intersectional feminism and social justice issues. Black Lives Matter. You're right that there was no model for success for that at the time. There were a lot of people that were like, "Oh, Teen Vogue, talk about politics and justice issues," and we got pushback. You know, folks thought it wasn't our place to. But the reality is that young people have been at the forefront of social justice issues.
I'm not gonna go through this, bro.
Certainly, I won't say scary, but there was an uncertainty about how it would pan out. But we knew that we had to do the right thing, and we felt we had to be a part of the right side of history. And I'm very proud to say that we have been, and I'm so proud of the team there that's leading that charge today. But you're right in that I think a lot of companies are now confronting that same reckoning of what do we mean now? How do we mean more to our community? How do we right size to make sure that we're meeting this moment and that we are on the right side of history and that we are better serving our community?
Let's talk about that though, because you can actually give some advice to people who are working at these brands, whether they're at the top or whether they're the intern. You know, these brands are going to now have to do some of what you've already done. I mean, when you're a pioneer, that means you've been there, done that. What do these brands need to do to get relevant and to catch up to this moment?
So there's 3 steps I would say that any individual brand or corporation can follow. First of all, you have to take inventory of where you are. You can't be a part of a solution if you don't recognize how you are part of the problem.
Oh, you better preach. Can you say that one more time? Just preach.
I think like nobody wants to say they're racist. Nobody wants to I raise their hand and say, I haven't done my part here, or I recognize that I could do better. And so it's, I think, important to just acknowledge what you play, what part have you been playing in this, and take inventory. What does the complexion of your newsroom look like? Who's in your boardroom? Who has those board seats?
Oh my God,
and let's look at every
level
of management,
I at least want to be
all the way
6
down
feet apart,
to the
please.
The intern level. Take an honest assessment of where we are. And I don't mean just looking at your campaigns. And so we have to push ourselves to go further.
Especially
and so that's
not
part of
fishy,
step
bro.
1 is
like,
taking
come on.
Step 2, take
Has
ownership,
to have
acknowledging where you need to change, where you need to do better. And then the 3rd step is take action. Do better. Commit to being a part of solutions that are going to move us from where we are to a better, more equitable future.
So, for example, Sephora said they're going to give 15% of their shelf space to Black-owned brands. Now, I think, to me, that's a lot. I mean, does that strike you as too much, too little? I mean, what is that when you talk about taking action? Is that the kind of action, or what kind of action might really meet the moment?
Is there something I can do with my contacts, with my experience, with my skill set? What can I uniquely do? I hope everyone's asking themselves that question. And one of my very close friends, Aurora James, and I were having a conversation when all the protests were kicking off about what we want to see from companies, because we were starting to see all the we stand with the Black community, and Black Lives Matter was starting to come from companies that we're just like, how in the world is this by this corporation when they have 0 Black people in their executive leadership team? Something's not adding up. And so what we sat there and we thought about, what is our ask to brands? So Aurora James, who is my dear friend, and she is a Black business owner. She's a successful accessories designer. She and I spoke, and she decided that she was going to say, I want to start something And this is what this is the kind of origin story for what became the 15% pledge. And now the 15% pledge, which Aurora James founded, and I'm working with her on, it's saying to corporations, specifically big box retailers, you need to go beyond making a statement to stand in solidarity with the Black community. You need to go beyond even a one-time donation. What we are asking for is 15% of your shelf space to be dedicated to supporting Black businesses, Black-owned businesses. That is a big ask. And the reason we decided 15% is because 15% of the population, nearly 15% of the population is Black. So let's see ourselves represented equally on your shelves. And it has been 3 weeks, and this thing has already exploded. It has gotten so much momentum, which is so exciting to see. Listen, I hope that we can empower Black business owners, because they are the most impacted during the coronavirus. And for anybody who's watching and wants to get involved with the 15% pledge, I really encourage you to go to the website 15percentpledge.org and sign the petition. So help us keep pressure on these companies to continue to fuel money, to put money back into the Black community. And if all 4 of these retailers were targeting to take this pledge, this will mean over $2 billion.
Do that one skin.
Voice of a generation, and every generation finds a voice in hip-hop. And this new generation is no different. Atlanta artist Lil Baby has really stepped up to the plate. He's got a new song he penned in the middle of all this. It's called The Bigger Picture, and he put some visuals to it. Check out the video.
They training officers, the killers, then shooting protesters with these rubber bullets. They regular people, I know that they feel us. These scars too deep, they heal us. What happened to COVID? Nobody remember, it ain't making sense. I'm just here to vent. It happened to one of your people, it's different. We get it, the system is wicked, just learn how to pick it. Knowledge is power, I swear I'm a witness. I know that I'm gifted, I won't go too deep, cause I'm scared they'll get me. Ain't scared to admit it, somebody I can't mention. It's people who can. Well, here's the chance, I won't take the stand, but I'll take a stand for what I believe. Must not be breathing the air that I breathe. You know that the way that I bleed, you can breathe. I never been a fan of police, but my neighborhood know I try to keep peace, so it's only right that I get in the streets. March for a reason, I just don't repeat. How people die for us to be free. Get up for you mean, this was a dream. Now we got the power that we need to have. They don't want us with it, and that's why they mad. It's bigger than black and white. It's a problem with the whole way of life. It can't change overnight, but we gotta start somewhere. Might as well go ahead, start here. We done had a hell of a year. I'ma make it count while I'm here. God is the only man I fear. It's bigger than black and white. It's a problem with the whole way of life. It can't change overnight, but we gotta start somewhere. Might as well go ahead, start here. We done had a hell of a year. I'ma make it count while I'm here. God is the only man I fear.
You know, Atlanta has been the epicenter and the hotbed, really, of a lot of change over the years, and especially nowadays. It's interesting to see how Lil Baby taps into the Atlanta right now and brings it to the screen. I mean, that is 2020. That is what it looks like right now in that town. And I think he did a beautiful job of capturing it. I think the lyrics of this thing are just off the charts. He's in Jay-Z territory at this point, Bob Dylan territory at this point. It's bigger than black and white. It's a problem with the whole way of life. It can't change overnight. That's a whole political theory. That's college. I mean, to understand it's not just a racial issue. It's a whole bunch of other issues going on. It takes time to change things. There's a level of wisdom there. You know, and I think it just comes out. This generation has seen so much already. They've gone through so much already. They know it's not a simple thing. It's going to take a long time. But that is different than Fight the Power. You know, my generation, our anthems were all like, we're going to turn it over today. We're going to make change tomorrow. I think this is a new twist on hip-hop politics coming through in the song. You can't have a political movement without political music. It's just never happened. You go back to the labor movement, civil rights movement, women's rights movement, you always have musicians and artists step up, because a revolution is a change of heart first, before anything else changes in law and politics and government, in the economy. The first change has to be in the human heart. And that's what art does. Art moves you. Music moves you. And I'm just so proud that Lil Baby is using his platform to move this whole country forward and to move this cause forward. All right, my girl Jemele Hill is going to take over for me. She gets the honor. I'm kind of jealous, but she gets the honor of talking to and interviewing the great Killer Mike. He is an author. He's an actor. He's an activist. He's a musician. He's a living legend. Listen to Killer Mike.
I hope everybody out there has just been taking copious notes, gaining a lot of knowledge, taking some screenshots, because there's just been a lot of really good nuggets that have been shared. Hope you're inviting all your friends in and really having the kind of conversation in this country I certainly have not seen in my lifetime. And I'm curious to hear the thoughts of my guest right now, Killer Mike. You know, Mike, we've been at this moment many times in our country where tragedy has struck. About this issue in particular, we've seen these videos before, but right now it feels like the world is just changing right before our very eyes. I can kind of imagine how some of our, you know, our elders felt during the civil rights movement, to see the world just changing right before our eyes. So you're there in Atlanta, where certainly there was a recent incident with Rayshard Brooks. We've been absorbing everything that's been happening in the country up until this moment. So how are you kind of handling all of this emotionally right now?
About I need to know what you're saying. I'm just gonna go right there for now. Mr. Floyd, yes. What about that? George Floyd. Mr. George Floyd.
I hope that we enter this coming out determined to see justice on the front end, and not only when we're angry. I hope that coming out of this, the young people that are in the streets organizing, continue to organize in the time of peace like they are in time of war, because they're organizing effectively. They're causing systemic change in the immediate and not some protracted campaign. And I support that. And plot, plan, strategize, organize, and mobilize. And as long as you keep doing that, you're going to capitalize off the gains that you're making. And I appreciate it. And I don't mean capitalize in a monetary way. I mean, these kids are capitalizing progressive organizers on the ground level who've been working for years to campaign around police brutality and violence have in an instant it's law.
Yeah, it's been a lot of impressive moments. I mean, you mentioned about how the young people, they're so organized, because I think about the progression from, say, Ferguson to now, and it's been pretty outstanding when you think about it. What has impressed you the most about what you're seeing right now?
What has impressed me? That in '92, we rioted in Atlanta. There were riots in other cities. There were riots in Los Angeles. but there was such a stronghold on information, local news wouldn't let what other cities know until after it was over. What's impressed me is the ability to use technology. We haven't gotten as efficient as Hong Kong, but you are seeing at a day and age where in an instant people are able to mob on a place, people are able to say what needs to be said and go and get ghosts. You're seeing in an instant what our grandparents were able to do. And like we have a house party app in which people can sit down on that house party app. You can organize with those 8 people to know what are we going to do in school, what are we going to do in local school boards, what are we going to do with city council. Our grandparents used to have to do that in the basement. Now you're able to do it over your phones and organize effectively and immediately. So I'm impressed by the level of organization I've seen. Because when I was an organizer at 15, 16 years old, we'd have to literally meet for 30 days to plan something that you might strike that might be 3 hours or even 30 minutes, but you're constantly there. These kids are able to do it, and these young people and these organizers are able to do it in a blink of an eye. But that only happens when you train like Floyd Mayweather. Organizers are like Mayweather. They never not train, you know. And I think that these are the people again that we should be looking to follow in this time.
But you dropped the mention of the House Party app. Mike, are you on House Party? Do you use it?
I just found out about it. I got the cool people in my life here was the 2 apps I'm most interested in right now are House Party, and there's an app called Convos that allows me to speak directly back and forth with people. That's a lot cooler than sometimes Twitter where stuff gets lost in translation. But, you know, I'm still over there tweeting with the angry moms and dads. Shouts out to the old folks.
I think about where activism was on this issue in particular when Ferguson happened, and looking at it now, and it's, while, you know, there was definitely a lot of positives that came out of Ferguson, particularly the Black Lives Matter movement, you know, clearly there was a lot of lessons learned there. It definitely seemed much more cohesive, and that's been impressive. What has impressed you about what you're seeing, especially from these young people who really have seemed to seize this moment?
What I've seen be most beautiful about this time is kids they're truly plotting, planning, strategizing, organizing, mobilizing. The skateboard kids came in. Usually you can see in the 60s, black people look like this. We make public protests. We get our hands open. Sympathetic whites and allies and people who truly believe in freedom, justice, and equality entered the stage. Now, not only are you beating black people, you're dragging off white people. Like, and it became a tapestry, a unified front to give us our most basic civil rights and acknowledge our human rights. That tapestry is happening again, and it's happening in a bigger and better way. I was talking about those skateboard kids. I saw those kids first come in as defenders. When police were hacking with people with batons, they held up the skateboards to protect them. Most kids who skateboard, my kids skateboard, most skateboard kids in the South don't look like me, right? But I saw the skateboard community literally come in and save protesters from beatings, and then they got really frisky and they started attacking back. And I was like, this is, although I don't want violence in the streets because those kids deserve to grow to be adults without being soldiers against the state that their parents pay taxes to. It impressed me that the proletariat showed government that you work for us. And in this moment, we are exercising our right to make public display of the evil that has happened. It makes me proud that I live in a country that has long promised equality, rarely given it to people who look like me. People who don't look like me defending.
You made an interesting note and observation about the skateboard crew. And I think anybody who's watching has noticed that it's not just black people who are out here protesting.
No. Yo, I'm watching the
tapestry of people.
The Amish. The Amish.
Yeah. Wasn't that crazy?
I didn't even know the Amish saw the news.
I was thinking, who told them? Right? I was like, I didn't
what?
I was so impressed though. I was so thankful. My heart was filled with joy.
Yeah, so you're seeing all these different types of people that you never thought this issue would resonate with them. It kind of reminds me of your music. Your music is unapologetically pro-black, unapologetically, right?
Absolutely.
But yet, when you look at a Killer Mike fan, it's across multicultural section of people. Yeah. Why do you think your music is able to resonate that way, despite the fact that you are also clearly talking to your people?
Yeah, I'm proud to be me. I like me. I like black people. I'm not making no excuses. I'm not making no apologies coming in the door. I love us. I am in love with us. And because I love me, it has nothing to do or affecting my love of others. I have a very good friendship with East Indian cousins, Raj and Neil. They own the store right next to Walters on what's happening. So if you're from Atlanta, you know about Walters. If you're a big guy from Atlanta, you know about, the store right next door. These guys have always just been good to me. Raj went to India. He came back, brought my wife incense, these beautiful little elephant characters. He's proud to be Indian. I've learned about being Indian from my Indian friends. When you're truly who you are, how could you be offended? How could you not love it or like it? Like, man, I'm a part of the original people on earth. I'm from the continent that birthed all
Oh
humanity.
my God.
I think when you wear that proudly and
Not Jordan.
unapologetically,
Bro,
and
I'm
not
watching
from
the
a place of
BLM
needing
concert
someone to
now.
be below you, there's no reason for a people not to like me. I like you. I got plenty of heroes that don't look like me. There's a portrait of John Brown on my wall in my basement. I thought he's a hero. He doesn't have to look like me. You know what I mean? But I refuse to act like people who look like me aren't great. I didn't say good. I didn't say good enough. I didn't say equal. I said great. I'm from a great and mighty people. And if you can't accept that, then maybe I'm not for you. But I believe that because I am simply who I am, I believe that that gets accepted. Because you know what? I remember being on a tour bus, and I'm on there with a bunch of Northeasterners because of course, my rap partner's a white guy from Brooklyn. And we're on there and watching Swamp People, and everybody's laughing. And I come up and stagger into the front, and I look at it, and I start smiling, and I look at the room and say, I got more in common.
Star Drop. Let's see. Can't even see it. It's actually pretty cool. We the people. Killer Mike. Oh, baby. Host a series of conversations on how to combat systemic racism across media, culture, entertainment, and in the first Mark Lure. I wish I could. Too high. should put back the regular phone. Like about BLM is that how it go from talking to Pumps being back in the game to BLM. I don't know, but gonna go along with the BLM got so popular they decided to put it on Fortnite. Just like Travis Scott when he made like the Scots and that got famous and then got put on TikTok and then Fortnite has to like get it and like Travis Scott like what happened to all the old events like the season 7 the Travis Scott event and the season 6 the butterfly. What happened to all the good events? There's just none now. The only good event Travis Scott and the butterfly event. Like good events that there is, and the season 4 rocket. I was able to watch that. It was really good, actually. And like Black Lives Matter, yes. So like, I had to bring it on Fortnite. Everything that just like gets overboard on the news and like everything, dude. Oh, come on, Epic Games. I thought you were better than this, man. Oh my gosh, what is happening? What the heck is happening, dude? Oh my god, no. They decided to buff these. I don't even want to. Oh my god, he's right there, right there. Oh no. Oh no. Oh my gosh. Whoa! If I die to these. Jump again. See what happens. Oh my god! Why, bro? Someone help me! I'll give you a mini, please. No, I need it. Please, bro, help! Oh, please go right there, yes! Oh my god! Why? There's one more. No, 28! You kidding? Die, die! Yes, oh my god. I waste so much ammo on that. What the heck? Did I pick up Firefly jars? What? I never knew that. What? I actually never knew that, dude. Why did I shoot that? This is so dumb. Holy shotgun ammo now. I am so low. Shotgun ammo? have like the smart idea. These Firefly jars plus the stink bombs. Just throw one of these babies and throw like a stink bomb in there, bro. They're dying for sure, right? Oh my god, I remember that. Oh my god, no. I could tell it was them by the builds. How do they build, bro? Like, honestly. Come on, bro. There's like 16 of them! No! Oh! This, bro. No! No, 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 no! No, I'm out, bro. No! If they hit me once while I'm swimming away, bro, with the hunting rifle, I swear to God, I will donate to Ninja Stream. Everybody stream that I watched today, I will donate. And that means I'm gonna be money broke after this. Oh my god, yes, I got the actual real players that I fight. Instead of freaking these freaking aim assist players shooting at me. Bro, come on, man. Ready for a baby. Oh yeah. Oh! Oh! Oh my god. Oh, this is overpowered, bro. This is too overpowered. This is... How did I think of this? How? I am big brain, bro. I'm telling you. Oh my god, I want that drum gun. It's not really good anymore. It used to be better. Shoots faster, but it does barely damage. Man, oh man. Oh shit. Helicopter! Oh no. Here we go. Oh my god. I'm big brain, bro. So big brain. What? Oh! Bro, I'm big brain. I'm sorry. This is just too overpowered, bro. Sorry, bro. Can we get a laser beam to like... Think for me, please? Like, please, bro? Come on, faster! Faster! Go! Bro, the combo with this is insane! Bruh. The combo with this, bro. I'm telling you. Like, the combo with this is just too, like, overpowered. I'll throw it down, I'll take it. I prefer SMG is probably better than this. P90 is probably better than that. Afford to the keycard. This guy really traveled that far. Launch pads don't work anymore, I don't think. No. kidding, bro? Ride me away. Ride me away. Take me away from this monster. Kinda wanna like third party that guy kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like, can I get in your box? Oh no. I love this glider. It's so I like how I barely used my shotgun yet. I could travel faster than this guy. I mean, like, it's all the way over there, maybe not, but... Oh my god. Okay. He's gonna edit that. It's trash, I'm telling you. It's like trash now. Is he gonna take the drum gun? Yep. I'm telling you, bro, you're gonna lose then. Oh man, that guy kind of picked the wrong idea. That guy really actually picked the wrong idea. Like, actually. I'm gonna end my stream.